Hi, I'm Dr. Nicole Anderson, owner of Anderson Sport and Wellness, and I know a lot of us are working from home nowadays, and we don't necessarily have the right workstation set up at home to be spending the hours that we are spending on the computer. So I wanted to show you just a few tips to help you out, because maybe if you're like many of the clients that are calling me these days, you're waking up in the middle of the night with numbness in your arms, numbness in your hands. It's waking you up. Maybe it's one arm, maybe it's both. Maybe you're getting some neck pain or some back pain, and it's starting to concern you, but you're not sure what to do about it, and you really don't have the funds to set up a fancy, super ergonomic station at home. So I have some ideas for you. This works for my clients, and it's gonna work for you. Okay, so check it out. First off, if you have your laptop, most of us are using a laptop, then you want to set it up so that the top of the screen is at eye level. So here I am in my kitchen. I'm setting up a standing station. Okay, this is the kitchen in my office, but you know, it'll help you get the point. Microwaves, if it's sitting on the counter, are perfect, or you can just get a big, like a tall box, put it on the counter, kitchen counter. And I've got a couple of reams of paper. You could use books, or you could use an Amazon box. A lot of us have Amazon boxes around the house these days. All right, so you're gonna take your laptop, put it on top, and then find something. I've got some Trader Joe's Nutty Popcorn Trio, so I'm gonna put that here. Thanks to a client, gave it to us. All right, so right here we have a setup where the top of the screen is just about at my eye level. Perfect. All right, so now I have the screen at the eye level. That's check number one. Check number two is we want to have the screen 20 to 40 inches away from your eyes so that you can easily see. Ideally, you would get a larger screen and then connect your laptop to that, yada, yada, yada. But maybe you can't do that, so you've got to use your laptop. Well, you're going to put your laptop up. Make sure it's just 20 to 40 inches away from your eyes so that you're not leaning forward and straining, because that's going to put strain on your neck and cause problems into your arms and your hands. Might give you headaches. I see that a lot. All right, so then you can use the countertop, which is just about the right height for many people, for your keyboard and your mouse, okay? And if you're taller, then you're gonna need to put, you're gonna have a taller box, and you're gonna have to put your keyboard and your mouse on top of a box so that it's the right height. Because in order for good nerve flow for your hands, wrists, fingers, arms, and good blood flow, you wanna have your elbows not at a 90-degree angle. You wanna have them a little bit more open. This is just about perfect, okay? And you don't want your wrist to be up or down, because that closes down the space in the carpal tunnel where your median nerve is. So we want it to be fairly straight. This is actually a pretty good setup for me. I might need to move it back just a little. All right. And I could work quite happily here without any problems for quite a while, okay? The other thing that you want to look at is, when you're standing, how are my feet in contact with the ground? So let's talk about how to stand to take pressure off your back. Many of us are used to standing in ways that actually increase our pain in our back, our knees, our hips. So let's go over it. First off, let's talk about the obvious things that are not good, such as standing like this. Very not good. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Standing like this, or some versions or variation, if your knees tend to lock out and you hyperextend your knees, that's not good for your back, your feet, your knees, hips, right? Many people stand with their feet right under their hips. So if you can, go ahead and stand up and give this a try. Just stand with your feet right underneath your hips, and then stand and with your feet just turned out just a little bit. One foot in front of the other. Compare. You're gonna notice if you stand with your feet right underneath your hips that you feel your weight kind of back on the back of your body. Especially your weight is gonna be more distributed toward the back of your spine. That's where your nerve roots are. So that's gonna potentially create some compression there. If you stand with one foot just a little bit in front of the other, now your weight is distributed more on the vertebral bodies or the front of your vertebra. It takes the weight off of the back of the vertebra where the nerve roots are coming out. And it feels better. You're gonna just notice this feels easier, because it is easier. It's easier on your knees, hips, and back. You might even notice it feels better for your ankles. So just check in with yourself throughout the day. Notice how you're standing. Make sure your weight is even between both of your feet. And you want to notice that your toes are pointing just slightly out to the side, and there's a little bit of a stagger stance there. If it's not, don't get mad at yourself, just change it. It'll probably take you about 3 months of continuing to check in, but eventually you will create a new habit. And this habit will be a lot better for your back.